Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Art Boss Report. I'm here every single week providing free support for serious artists who are looking for that fastest and simplest path to a six-figure art income. My name is Rana Uha. I have created the Art Boss Formula, which gives you the systems, the strategies, and the tools that allow for you to close more sales, close more online sales, and close more offline sales. We're excited here. Okay, it's May, and a lot of things that happen. There's so many things that happen here in the marketplace. There's so many things that we can leverage in order to sell more of our artwork. But the reality is, many business owners are kind of in what we call the messy middle by May. Yeah, January, we're all psyched up. It's January. We're gonna have a great new year, more in 24. Whether you've chosen not to take any action, if you haven't chosen to take action and setting up the systems, the strategies, and the tools that get results, it's May and you're like, I still don't have any results. Or if you're one of the artists who's like, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to invest in myself and my business, it's May. We're in the middle. We're in the hard part. We're launching, we're making offers, we're closing sales, and we have this big goal for a six-figure art income, and we're making our way to that six-figure income goal. But sometimes we can get derailed because we're like only focusing on the six figures and not focusing on all those wins. So we want you to know that if you are not in a community of like-minded artists where you have the support from industry experts, this is where you're at risk for stopping. You're not going to be able to see all of the progress that you've made because you're focused on the end goal, and sometimes you're not able to measure all those successes that are coming along the way that are setting you up for the big success to your six-figure art income. So we want you to recognize the power of a community and the power of industry experts to keep you motivated, to keep you being able to sort out everything that's happening in what we like to call the messy middle. The messy middle is where you're doing the work, you're getting the results, and you're looking ahead and you're seeing the big goal, and you're starting to move towards that goal, but you want to move faster. And so you're at risk potentially of stopping short of the finish line, and you've done all the work, you've done all the investing, and you kind of throw in the towel right before the sweet reward is going to happen. So what we're going to be doing today, my friends, is we're going to be talking about purpose-driven lives. Yes, I'm borrowing a little bit from Rick Warren, but I want you to see how when we apply, we're going back to the foundations today. When we apply some really foundational truths to our business, it's going to allow for us to continue to have the energy through the rest of the year, to be able to actually have the clarity on why we're doing what we're doing, so that we can actually start sorting out what we like to call that messy middle. Because always, and even in artwork, when I'm creating artwork, I know you know this, when we start out that at the beginning, I love a blank canvas. For me, I'm like, oh, all the possibilities. I already have the plan in mind. I already know what the composition is going to be. I know the topic. I know everything. And that first brushstroke is so exciting. And then as we start really building out our painting, there's what we call a messy middle. I call it the monster stage in my artwork. I'm hesitant to show it to my clients and put it out in front of my audience. But the reality is that's where the beautiful results start to happen, when we actually have the ability to see and measure the wins along the way. If we just evaluate the success of a painting in the messy middle and we quit, you will never get to the beautiful end product. So today we are going to be just kicking in, really getting super foundational. I'm actually going to be sharing with you what we're talking about inside of the Art Boss. We are going back to foundations. Yes, it's the middle of the year. If you don't have the results that you want yet, we're going to help you unpack what you need to do next to get the results that you want. If you miss the first quarter, the first 4 months of the year to actually start closing sales, it's not too late to make a six-figure art income before the end of the year. And we're going to really kick into some of those foundational things that you need to be doing. So grab a comfy spot in your house, grab a place in your studio. For many of you, it's probably still lunchtime. Grab something to drink, grab a sandwich, because we are going to dig on in. Hello, everybody. Hey, my name is Rana Uha with the Art Boss Formula. We're going to be digging into the foundations. Yes, it's May. It's almost mid-May. So excited. This is my favorite time of year, except for allergies. Not a whole lot of eye makeup on right now because my eyes are like itching and it's allergy season, but I love May. May is a beautiful time of year to close a lot of art sales. For artists who've been setting up their selling systems, setting up their strategies and their tools, they are like just blowing it up right now and blowing their sales out of the water. They're like, oh my goodness, this is an amazing time of year to close sales because it's tax return time. Our ideal clients who are getting back tax returns, they're looking for things to purchase. They're looking for things to reward themselves. And artwork for our ideal clients is one of the things that they can get that allows for them to nurture themselves, allows for them to connect to the world through our art. And it's just an amazing time of year to close sales. So let's kind of talk about the foundations, okay? Because I know that May in the middle, it's the middle of the year. It's like symbolically, we're pretty much in the messy middle. We've been working really hard since January, implementing the systems and the tools and the strategies that allow for us to close sales. We're now at the place where we're testing it out. We're going out there. We're in front of our social media. We're making offers and we're closing sales, but it can be messy, right? It's just like the middle of our artwork. When we're starting to create a new piece of artwork, you can see the piece right back here. Yesterday, I was with my plein air group. We were outside. Okay. I've been doing this since January. We were outside yesterday at George Washington's river home. Absolutely gorgeous. It was raining. Thunderstorms were rolling in. I was trying to really quickly just get my composition, and it started raining on my oil painting. And so I was like, I'm in the messy middle, and it's totally cool because this is part of the process. And I could have just packed it all up, got in my car and said, never mind, I'm never going to do this again. Or I just went underneath the shelter of a tent and worked with the rest of the artists. We all got together, we critiqued, and we helped each other move our artwork to the next place. The goal to plein air painting, guys, is you typically don't get everything done 100%. You get it to the 70, 80, 90% done. You bring it in your studio and you do the fine tuning. You give it a little bit of time to see what is there, and you just close it up and you start finishing your piece of artwork. So this is what's foundational. Okay, so I was talking to a really good friend of mine, and we're in the place in our lives where we've been working in the corporate world. We've been working as professionals for 30 to 40 years, right? We're out there, we're working really hard. And there's a little bit of burnout that's kind of starting to happen, especially when I'm not in the corporate world anymore. I count I feel so blessed, and I count my blessings that I'm able to be an artist, that I can actually sell my artwork so that I don't actually have to go back to the corporate world. But for those of my friends who are still in the corporate world, we were kind of talking, and really what it came down to is we're like, what is this all about? Like, we're like, what is the meaning of life? Everything comes down to foundationally having a purpose. We're going to talk, a little bit about a purpose-driven life. I've read the book. It's a really good read. Rick Warren's The Purpose-Driven Life. It's really about like, why am I here? What's my purpose in life? And for my friends who are still in the corporate world, they're like, you have to have a purpose. And it was an aha moment for me when my friends were like, you have to have a purpose. And then they kind of turned to me and they're like, we're so jealous of you as an artist because you have a clear purpose. You have the ability to create something beautiful that connects with the world, that connects with people. And your purpose, right? Your purpose is to create and to connect with people. You don't have to do it for free. You can actually make an income doing that. So it allows for you to be operating in the world with purpose, and a purpose that also allows for you to be living like what we call here the artist life. So if you want to be able to have a purpose, right, which we all have, okay, but a purpose that also allows for you to be on the path to a six-figure art income so that you don't have to worry about like being in the corporate world, or you don't have to worry about paying for the car payments or paying for all the things that we need to be able to pay for in order to be creatives. Okay. This isn't about giving away our artwork for free. So let's just kind of unpack that. As artists, we kind of are born with a purpose. And it's this huge blessing that many artists, when they say, I quit, I give up, this isn't working for me, they forget that a lot of the hard work and heavy lifting was just given to them the day that they were placed on this earth. They may have recognized it when they were 3, like, oh, 3 years old, I was already creating artwork. Or maybe they were 21 years old, or maybe they were 44 years old, or maybe they were 65 before they recognized their purpose in being a creator. But when we are artists, we have a clear purpose and we don't have to spend years and years trying to figure it out. We are actually born with that. It's a huge gift. Collect it. It's a huge win. If you don't acknowledge that, you're missing out on recognizing what your purpose here is. Okay. So our purpose is also then, it's not just, although, okay, artwork allows for us to soothe our own souls. Many of us are here and kind of gravitated towards artwork, not just because we had a talent and we developed a skill set, but it also soothes our souls. And it also soothes other people's souls. Okay. So and I'm being very I'm talking from my heart right now. I know that the importance of artwork is that it connects people. It connects people to the world. It connects people to higher power. It connects people to the challenges that are in the world. It's a voice that allows for us to bring social change into the world. And connecting is just an automatic side effect of the purpose of being artists. Okay. So we also, my goodness, we have the ability to manifest. And when we really start looking at our purposes, our purpose in life, we start recognizing the power to manifest, that we actually take an idea that's in our head and we put it onto canvas, onto paper. If we're a woodworker, we carve it into wood. Or if we work with clay, we actually take something that did not exist and we put it into the world, and we manifest it, and we create a physical, tangible product. Yes, even if you're a digital artist and doesn't have that same physicality, you took something that didn't exist before and you created it. Okay, so claim these things as your purpose, because everything that we do as artists starts with understanding our purpose. Because if we don't understand our purpose and we don't have a purpose-driven life, we're going to get lost. If you don't have a group of people who are there cheerleading you, providing the accountability and the support, like the how do you take your purpose and turn it into a reality? And how do you take your purpose and take it to something that allows for you to have an artist's life and the freedom the financial freedom that you need, then you're not in the right place and you're not with people who are providing you that support. We also, okay, before we stop talking about purpose, okay, because I want you to, I'm pushing today and I really want you to spend time to really get clarity on what your purpose is. There's also another component to being an artist, and there's the fact that we serve. Okay. So as artists, we have the ability to serve people. There are people out there who need what we have. There are people, millions upon millions of people, okay, who don't have the skill set we have, who don't have the gift we have, who don't have the ability to create in the way that we create, and they need it. And when we actually take what we do and we connect with our ideal clients, we can serve them and we can provide what's missing in their lives. So purpose is where everything starts. Okay, so everything starts with purpose. And every time that you hit a wall, every time you hit that place in May, because it's going to happen usually every May, you're going to be like, oh, it's May, I'm in the messy middle. And until you recognize that's part of the norm and that's part of what you actually need in your business, is to recognize you're like, I'm in the messy middle, I need help. Okay, so we want you to know this. It will always go back to the purpose so that you get the clarity of why you're doing what you're doing. You have then the ability to be like, oh gosh, in January, I didn't have any of this. And now look, I have a lead magnet. I have 2,000 leads. I have I have 5, 10, 20 sales. I don't have my six figures in May yet. I haven't made $100,000. If your goal is $1 million, I don't have $1 million by May. You're in the messy middle, and you're in the place where you're all that work that you're doing is providing the results, and we need to continue and we need to refine everything. Okay. So if you're struggling to close more sales, we just want you to start kind of walking through. Let's uncover what you need to be doing next. Okay. So let's start. Took a bunch of notes this morning because I want to really get to the place where we start connecting our purpose with what we need to do first. Okay. So if your purpose in life is similar to what mine is, or what many artists is, I recognize I was placed on this earth to create. I'm the happiest when I'm creating. I know that my artwork connects with the world. I know that it has a strong message. I know that it's important. I know that people out there need my artwork. And I know that I serve my ideal clients when I actually do my job and I find my ideal client so that I can help them solve their problems with the creative product that I put into the world. Okay. So that's what we do here, super foundationally. That's what we're actually going to be digging in this week in the Art Boss for artists who are working in the Art Boss formula. We are helping them. We're just going to call it out. We're in the messy middle. It is May, and it is time to start measuring and start claiming the wins that we've had all the year. And it's now time to continue in the messy middle, start cleaning it up, start making sure that we're moving towards that end goal of six figures. Again, some of our artists are like, I want seven figures. We need to be doing what it takes in order to meet our goals. Okay. So we work, Team Art Boss, we work with artists every single week, helping them with tool sets, right? What tools do you need? What automation tools are out there? What tools do you need in order to run your business? We help them with skill sets. How do I create a lead generation machine? How do I find my ideal client? Okay, that's what we're going to really dig in today. How do I find my ideal client? How do I close sales? Those are all skill sets. And we help them with mindsets, which is what happens in May when we're in the messy middle and people are tossing their brushes. They're like, I'm done. I quit. I'm like, this is like, I'm just in the messy middle and I don't know what to do next. So I'm just going to quit. Okay. So we help artists who are in the messy middle start creating that clear path to get them to where they are. So they don't stop short of the finish line where the big, like where the gold is and where the big wins are. Okay. So that is what we do here. That's our job. We help you with tool set, skill set, and mindset. And this week in the Art Boss, we're going all the way back to the foundations. What is your purpose? Why are you doing this? Why were you placed on your earth why were you placed on this earth? What are you supposed to be doing? Because if you don't have clarity in that, you're just going to get lost. You're going to be like a corporate person who's like, man, what's my purpose? You're going to be like other artists who are like, that's it. I'm not getting any results. I'm not doing anything and I'm not getting the results and I'm just going to quit. I don't know how you quit when you're not doing anything, but that's totally cool. And we're going to start with understanding, okay, how our purpose actually positively impacts our ideal clients. So it's crazy. In 3 minutes, you're going to be able to come up with your ideal client narrative. So that's what we're working on inside of the Art Boss this week. So I meet with artists later today and tomorrow, and we unpack where they are getting stuck. We do one-on-one meetings tomorrow, and today we do a group meeting, and we're going to be really pulling apart the what is your purpose, and then how do you find your ideal client who is interested in what you are here placed on this earth to do. And we're going to be working with a worksheet. So I'm so excited to be able to give you guys access to this tool if you want it. Then just kind of give you a sneak peek to it. We're going to be working inside of the Art Boss this week, really, really digging in to what it means to understand your ideal client. When I'm working with artists, many times I'm like, okay, tell me a little bit about who your ideal client is. Tell me a little bit about a current client you have that you really would love to find more of those. And I don't get anything back. It's like, well, I don't really know who my ideal client is. If that sounds like you My friend, you're not alone. It's very normal. We here at the Art Boss Formula, it's all about structure and formulas to be able to give you clarity on that. So we're going to be working on narratives. We're going to be using information that we know, even if it's just a little bit of information right now. We're going to be using information we know. We're going to create a narrative, and we're going to use this beautiful tool called the Chat GPT, which in 3 minutes, once you input, you're just going to take our prompt. And once you put it into Chat GPT, you're going to get this beautiful narrative. So if you're interested in the worksheet, just kind of say in the comments or send me a message. I would love the ideal uh, the ideal client narrative. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing right now. So let me just go ahead and pull it up. I'm going to add it in. It's part of the signature offer tool that we use here inside of the Art Boss. And I'm just showing you a little bit about what we do here. The word we're going to be building is this example. Okay, so I'm going to need to make it bigger and put on my readers. So let me do that really quick, and let me make this just a tad bit bigger if I can. Oh, it's not going to let me right this second. That's all right. But this is what we're going to be working on. We want you to have a written out narrative that gives you more insight about your ideal client. So here's Sarah, the trendy home decor influencer. Okay. In 3 minutes, we're going to allow for you to just get one of these on your own. And we're going to give you all of the directions and the worksheet that allows for you to be able to create one of these for your own business. Okay. So meet Sarah, a driven and independent professional who radiates strength, confidence, and ambition in all aspects of her life. At 37 years old, Sarah is a successful business owner and devoted mother, balancing her career aspirations with her family commitments with grace and determination. For Sarah, her home is not just a place to live, it's a sanctuary. Ooh, love that word. Okay. It reflects the unique personality, tastes, and achievements. She takes pride in curating a space that exudes sophistication, elegance, individuality, and serves as a reflection of her remarkable journey and accomplishments. Despite her confidence and assertiveness, Sarah often finds herself feeling overwhelmed at the myriad of choices and options when it comes to home decor, particularly artwork. Okay. The abundance of options and decisions can leave her feeling paralyzed and unsure of how to translate her vision into reality. Okay. So this is what we're going to be showing you how to create based on your inputs about your business, about your ideal client. It is a worksheet. It has, I think it's like 6 to 8 pages long. Doesn't take very long for you to just walk through it and be able to then just cut and paste a beautiful prompt into Chat GPT. And 3 minutes later, you're going to have that kind of narrative for your business. So if that's something you're interested in, please just let me know. Ideal client narrative, just put that inside of the comments below. I will send you over the worksheet. There is a charge for that worksheet. It's only $17 if you would like to really get clarity on that, because here's why we need clarity. Okay. We have to understand our purpose. We have to understand who is interested in purchasing our artwork. And once we have that, we can then find those leads. We can then set up our lead generation machine. We can create the content that converts to sales because we understand who our ideal client is. And we can invite those people into sales conversations so that we can start closing sales. So just that one beautiful tool, that one beautiful worksheet, it'll come along with the training that I'm going to be doing later today. You'll get the training and you'll get the worksheet for $17. It's a no-brainer. And if you're interested in getting that, once again, just put in the comments, ideal client narrative. And then once I've recorded the training this week, I will send it on over to you. And once again, it's a $17 investment that will allow for you to find those leads, set up your lead generation machine. It'll allow for you to create the content that not only magnetizes your ideal client, but also starts giving them what they need to say yes, so that when you make your offers, you can invite them into sales conversations and close them. So just let me know if you're interested. So excited to be able to do that with all of the art bosses. If you're an art boss, do not buy it. You're getting access to it this week. And if you're not an art boss yet, this is one of the first things you need to do before we can even start working on lead generation, creating content, and closing sales. So excited to be able to do that with you guys. I look forward to working with you. And this is just really a no-brainer offer that we're making, because we know that you need to have purpose. And once you have your purpose defined, you need to find the people who totally need you. And we want to be able to take our purpose in life and serve our ideal clients. So you guys, amazing, amazing stuff here. Can't wait to work with you. We think for the rest of we'll be back next week. I'm actually going to be in Belize. I'll be running my Art Boss report from Belize. I'm gonna take a whole week and I'm gonna be painting plein air in Belize. I'll probably just share with you the next step while I'm outside and one of my plein air events where I'm just going to be painting the oceanscapes. Can't wait, oceanscapes. And then you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next Wednesday.